And
we have one of the biggest ones, but I don't know if we should say this.
Man, drop that. Listen.
So basically, when we were seniors in high school, Brionne had a job, and I had a job, but I used to work like during the week. Yeah. And Brionne had to work on weekends. So we were about to graduate, and you know how you need your ACT, SAT scores before you graduate. Brionne was scheduled to take her ACT that Saturday, but she also had to work, so I had to go in and take her ACT for her.
Oh my God, that is.
But the crazy thing is, we're really twins because that was my second time. That was going to be my second time taking the ACT, so I can get a higher score.
Right.
And she got the same thing that I got before. Like, it was literally the same score.
Bro, literally. No, I would have loved to have a twin. Hey, man, I need you to take this test real quick. What? Man, if anybody, well, no, I mean, it's over with now. Y'all done got degrees and all that, but that's serious. Very serious, but cool. Okay. Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Armand back again with another episode of Big Boss Talk, the podcast. Y'all know how we do it, man. I always tell y'all I got top tier guests, and I got double the trouble this time. Top tier. I mean, these girls are on point. You know what I'm saying? Like, they doing it from corporate to entrepreneurship. They doing it all, and I can't wait to just really dive into their story, dive into what they got going on, their motivation, what drives them, and what just keeps them going. But let me introduce y'all to my guest and who we got on here. Okay, so listen, I got Bria and Brionne, age 26, career/job. Bria, digital marketing specialist and entrepreneur. Brionne, engineer, systems account executive and entrepreneur. College/degree. They both have 2 degrees, each one in hospitality management and another in supply chain management. We're also first-year MBA students. Wow, okay. Years in the profession, we got three years and a half at the corporate job, and then 7 years as entrepreneurs. Their first official business was a snowball stand, and they started in 2016 while they was in college. But they always been go-getters their entire lives because they came from a family of entrepreneurs. Listen, say what's up to the podcast.
What's up, y'all? That is us.
So happy to be here. Yeah. It's been a long time coming. We finally are here.
Yes.
And glad to speak with you all.
Yes, it's been a long time.
And we're Bria and Brionne Steward, but together we're also twin setter, and that's what everybody knows us as. So twin setter.
Let's do it. Listen, it has been a long time coming. Y'all just don't know. I've been trying to get on that calendar. They be in separate places. They like, I got this going on, that going on. But we was able to make it happen on Cinco de Mayo. Good thing we don't drink like that, right? So we don't drink. Yeah, we do tacos though. You know what I'm saying?
We like the tacos.
We like the tacos.
Yeah, Taco Tuesday always lit. All right, so here we go. So what I'm gonna do different, guys, for the listeners, the watchers. Instead of 2 truths and a lie, I'm going through some twin questions. Right? They might seem a little corny, but I think they were real nice. Really, just something to get to know both of them. Hopefully, they can tell on each other. One of them bad at this, one of them good at this. Right? We just want to get a little bit more detail. But all right, so here's the first question. Right? So is there an easy way to tell you apart? Anybody can answer.
So you want to get a secret away?
I don't know if I really want to give the secret away.
No. It's Big Boss Talk. We need the secret. We got to give them something that we ain't never heard.
If we are on Big Boss Talk, we can definitely just give the secret away. Yeah. So it's actually 2 secrets you can tell us apart. I'm actually taller than Bria in person. Bria is 5'2", I am 5'4", so you can definitely tell the difference that one is taller, one is not, one is shorter, and then Bria, you can tell the other secret, Bria.
Okay. Also, in person, I don't think you can really see it on Zoom, but I have a mole on the left side of my face.
No.
Right? Oh wait, you can kind of see it. It's right.
You can see it. Okay. I can see it.
And Brionne's is all the way like on her.
Yeah, it's further over. Yeah. So like Tia and Tamara, like one has the mole, one doesn't.
Look at that. That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah. So and I'm also like a little thicker. Brionne is smaller than me.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. So we got to pay attention to the mole, guys. Like when y'all see them, remember the trick is mole up here, back here. All right, cool. So that's the first question. Who's older and how far apart are you guys?
So I'm the oldest twin by 2 minutes.
Ooh.
I always tell her to respect her elders.
Respect your
But
elders.
listen, I am the youngest of 4 siblings for my mom, and literally everyone thinks I'm the oldest out of all of my.
She acts like she's our mom.
Yeah. So she should.
I'm just more mature.
Yes. So she need to be telling you respect your elders, but not.
Exactly.
Yeah, got it. Man, that's crazy. Okay, so do you guys ever switch places? Like, was there any situation where y'all trick somebody or switch places at all?
Yes. So when we were in kindergarten, I believe we basically one person ate and the other person didn't eat, but the other one had 2 lunches because she lied to the teacher and was just like, I didn't eat lunch and I'm hungry. And she had 2 lunches and the other twin didn't eat. So like everybody, the teacher was just like, oh my gosh, why did they trick me like this? And now this twin is hungry. And she had to tell my mom. And then from there, they kind of just split us up. But I remember even in middle school, in math class, we switched places before.
No.
And
yeah, we have one of the biggest ones, but I don't know if we should say this.
Man, drop that. Listen.
So basically, when we were seniors in high school, Brionne had a job, and I had a job, but I used to work like during the week. Yeah. And Brionne had to work on weekends. So we were about to graduate, and you know how you need your ACT, SAT scores before you graduate. Brionne was scheduled to take her ACT that Saturday, but she also had to work. So I had to go in and take her ACT for her.
Oh my God. That is.
But the crazy thing is we're really twins because that was my second time. That was going to be my second time taking the ACT so I can get a higher score.
Right.
And she got the same thing that I got before. Like it was literally the same score.
Bro.
Literally.
No, I would have loved to have a twin. Hey, man, I need you to take this test real quick. What? Man, if anybody, well, no, I mean, it's over with now. Y'all done got degrees and all that, but that's serious. Very serious. But cool. Okay. I like that. We getting a lot of secrets on the show.
I know, right? Oh my God.
We getting a lot of secrets. Do you?
It's don't come back.
No, too late. Nah, I mean, what's the exact score? If they go to pull the scores from high school, it was literally the same exact scores. It was just
right. It's the same score. We ain't tripping. Do you have twin telepathy?
Telepathy. So yes, we do. We can feel like when the other one is hurting. I know my mom always tell us this story about when we were little. She took us to Mardi Gras and Brionne got hit in the head with a coconut. And Brionne wasn't crying, but I was crying the whole time, rubbing my head, saying, my head hurt. Like Brionne didn't feel it, even though she got hit with the coconut. I felt all the pain. So yes, twin telepathy is real.
That's so dope. Like, that's so much power. Like, when you think about that, like, just, you ain't even crying, but you down here rubbing, like, why is my head hurting? I'm like, what's going on? So,
and not only that, when we were in middle school, Bria, I had gotten into a fight on the schoolyard or whatever. And when I tell you, Bria came out of nowhere and jumped in. And I don't know where she came.
I felt it in my energy. Something was not right. I kept asking everybody around me. I'm like, have y'all saw Brionne? Where is Brionne? It's like, something not right. I just felt it.
Yeah. And like, she came jumped like in a fight out the blue. And I'm just like, after that, we stopped fighting. I had to ask her when we got home and suspended. And I'm like, how did you know I was even fighting? She was like, I felt it. Something just wasn't right. And I'm just like, dang, for real.
Man, that's dope, man.
Yes. Because that was the out the blue fight. That was an unplanned fight for sure. Like, I didn't expect to get in a fight with that girl. But
what happened? What she said? She said something.
She said, so it was in a country town called Crowley, Louisiana. And basically, you know how we have an accent because we're from New Orleans.
Yeah.
So I was in a breakfast room and I was talking, and she basically said that my voice was annoying. So my friend, Nay, who I was really close with, like, she came back. She was like, yeah, Anaya said your voice was annoying in the lunchroom. And it's so crazy because I'm friends with all these people on Facebook. And if I share this podcast, they probably going to see this story. But this really what happened. So they told me she called my voice aggravating and whatever. So I went to her and I was like, yeah, Anaya, did you call my voice aggravating? And she was like, God, don't, because it was very country. And she was telling me, God, don't come at me like that. Don't come at me. And she was so bucking. So I was like, girl, what's up? You want to step up? Girl, because you talking all that. But I feel like in that city alone, like they played with us because we was from New Orleans so much. So it was a matter of time. Like we was always fighting in that city. Wow. But yeah, that's what happened. And it was unplanned for sure. But Bria just came out of nowhere. And then after that,
she ain't say nothing else. Y'all had to check her. She ain't say nothing about that voice. No more.
Oh, no. We had some craziness going on with her and her friends afterwards. Like I had a fight with her best friend probably 2 months later. The fight was over. Then Bria came out of the room, slapped the girl. We both suspended again. Like Bria, every time I had to fight, Bria was fighting. And the fight could be over, literally. My mom was so upset because they ran the camera back for her. And it literally showed that the fight was over. I had then beat the girl up, like the fight was completely over. And Bria found out I was fighting, came out the room, looked at me, then looked at the girl, went talked to the girl, and just started mixing on her. Like I was just like, oh my gosh. And I was mad at her at the time. I was mad at her in that moment because I really needed her to stay at school to see what everybody was saying. Because I tell you, I had really turned up. It was just like taking down the bully type thing because she played with me so much.
Yeah.
And I really wanted Bria to just stay at school, but she had to be suspended with me. So yeah, it was just fine.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, one get in, we all got to get in.
Right.
So last question. All right. So this is, I don't want to. Do twins run in the family?
It does.
Yes.
It runs on both sides.
Yes. We have like 7 sets of twin cousins.
Whoa.
Our great grandmother was a twin, our grandmother's mother. And yeah, we have a lot of twin cousins. And that's about it.
That's crazy. So y'all.
And on my dad's side, that's my twin cousins as well. And not only that, my twin cousin was pregnant with triplets. When so multiples just run in our family, period.
Yeah.
Y'all got a big family, so I can't wait till y'all have kids or whenever that time comes.
I want twins so bad.
Do you really?
Yes, I do.
Dang.
I want twins. Like I'd be like, God, if you hear me, well, I know you hear me, God, please bless me with some twins.
Hey, you do.
Bless the womb with some twins.
You do too. You done. Like you kind of set. You know what I'm saying? Like,
nah, I want a big family. Like I want a big family. Like I plan to adopt. Like I have some kids that I, sponsor and stuff like that as well. But I just love kids and. Wow. Because, I'm very successful where I am right now, but I'm going to be more successful down the road. Like I would like to bless others and just bring, like I say, be fruitful and multiply. Yeah. That's what I want. That's what I want to do.
You too, Bria? You too? Big
family? Yes. I want twins. I want a big family. I want triplets, twins. If I have quadruplets on my first time, like I'm.
Oh my God, 6 tuplets, Bria.
Man, y'all asking for a lot. That's a lot. Okay.
We have to leave this
the legacy.
We gotta leave the legacy.
We gotta leave that legacy. I love it. Yep. I love it. So listen, we're gonna get right into it. So tell me, I want to know, like, what did y'all envision yourselves, when you were younger? Like, what did you want to be? And the reason why I asked that question, I have to explain it, all the time, is because I want people to get out of the stigma that you have to have your life planned out at age 16, 17, 18. Like, It's really common in females, women, when y'all say, I want to be doing this by this age. I want to have kids at a certain age, I need to be doing this by, and it might not be y'all, but I know a lot of females that are strategic like that. And then when it doesn't happen, even for males too, when it doesn't happen, it's like this depression hits. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they feel like it's not going the way I want it. But my whole thing is, you can't, it's hard to make a decision that, unless you got the gift, unless you just know 17, 18, I thought I knew what I wanted, but I really didn't know what I wanted. And I took so many different paths to get to where I'm at now. And I'm grateful for the journey. And I can look back at the journey, and I can tell you that I never really was like, I want to be this by this. I did say I wanted to have $1 million, like retire at age 25. Obviously that didn't happen, but we working on that.
We're working towards it.
Yeah, we working on that. But just, I was the one that kind of just went with the flow, and I always try to keep a good perspective. Now I want y'all to tell me, individually. I'll start with Bria first. What did you really, growing up, like, what was your dream?
So actually, growing up, I wanted to go to school for criminal justice. Like, I wanted to be like a private investigative detective. Like, I loved watching shows like First 48, CSI, 48-Hour Mystery and stuff like that. I was so into them shows, and I'm like, I'm going to be a private investigator or detective when I get older.
Yeah. And
that had just always been my dream job. But actually, when we were deciding on a college, I picked Alabama A&M. And Brionne picked Tuskegee. Alabama A&M had criminal justice. Okay. And Tuskegee didn't. But my mom was saying, like, I'm not buying two of everything. So y'all can't split up. Y'all have to go to the same college. So we went on a college tour to Tuskegee. Brionne fell in love with the campus. I also love the campus, but my mom would stay on Alabama A&M. But since my mom was like, she's not buying two of everything, I just went to Tuskegee. And that was really the best thing that ever happened to me. Even though I didn't, pursue my dream in criminal justice or nothing close to that. Right. It still was the best thing that ever happened to me. So yeah, I wanted to be a detective or private investigator, but I'm happy where I am in life right now. I went to school, studied supply chain management and hospitality. I'm the owner of 2 businesses, and I just love where life is right now.
Yeah, so no regrets. No regrets.
No regrets at all.
That's what's up. No regrets. I'll tell you, I wanted to be electrical engineer.
Really?
Yeah, right. But then I went to school, so I played football as well. So I did 4 years in college, played ball. The college that I went to, they had this 3+2 program, right? So you had to do 3 years. I would have graduated with a mathematics degree. Then I would have had to do a bridge program, so I would have had to test to go to Clemson University and do 2 years there. And then I would have been I would have had my master's in electrical engineering. But as I'm playing ball, I'm talking to my advisor. I get into this class like second semester. Well, first semester of school. I'm just like, okay, cool. They was like, you got to take trigonometry 1, 2 in the same semester. I'm like, I'm good at math. Like, I can add, subtract, divide. But all this extra stuff, I'm gonna need some real life tutoring to get through this.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't. I didn't have the time because I was like, I'm getting paid to play football, so I was like, I need to be focused here. And then y'all want me to do trigonometry 1 and 2 in the same semester, so I'm like, I gotta change it. So I just did what I thought was best because I've always been a seller. So almost like you guys have been entrepreneurs for a while. I could say I've been an entrepreneur ever since I was in like I want to say 5th, 6th grade. And the only reason I say that is because I used to sell candy. So the only way I could get a cell phone is if I paid the bill. In 5th and 6th grade. Now, my mom, that was dirty. So, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? But I used to go to Sam's Club, get the 24 pack of the Wild Berry Skittles. You know what I'm saying? The Wild Berry Skittles. I used to get the red pack. I used to get the little cosmic brownies because I know them was hot on the block. So I used to take my backpack to school. And I used to sell, 24 packs. I think the box of candy might have been like $15, $16. So the profit was like, $8. But I did that almost I go to school one day, I'm out. I got to go back. I go to school one day, out. So I'm racking up. So I'm paying a $60 phone bill. Boost Mobile now. Where you at? Chirp. And, I made it happen. So I'm very proud of that, right? I'm proud of that movement. But, Brionne, if you could tell me what was your dream? Like, did you follow? I mean, obviously you went to the school of choice, right? You guys both fell in love with Tuskegee. And so what was your dream growing up?
I just want to say before I even get into that we did the same thing in high school. You even know how they put you in categories, like most likely to do this, most likely. Yeah. We were in the most likely to be entrepreneurs category, and we really was entrepreneurs because we used to sell chips, we used to sell juice, we used to sell candy. Like we was always hustling.
Got to.
Like, can you hear me?
Got to. I don't know if y'all can hear me. Can you hear me? I see Bria. I see Bria moving. I don't hear Brionne though.
Yeah, I think we lost Brionne.
Got you. If you could text her, like leave and jump back in. It's okay. I edit all of this, so it don't even matter.
Okay, awesome.
There we go.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
I know. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm saying like we always was getting to the bag, was selling the chips, selling the juices. So I just love that you even said that because that was us as well. We always wanted to sell something, go to Sam's and rack up on it and sell it all out. I totally understand. But I actually wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to be a lawyer. And once I found out how much lawyers read, which I'm a reader now, right. But once I found out how much they like had to read and do all that, I was like, yeah, I'm not feeling a lawyer. I'm not feeling that career right now. But like, you know, when you're younger, everybody always gonna be a doctor or a lawyer. Yeah. Like I feel like everybody goes to those same two, you know, career moves. But I changed like just growing up in high school. I just saw my mother and what my mother and my grandmother did with entrepreneurship, and that motivated me to really want to be an entrepreneur. So I would say in high school, I already knew what I wanted to do. And I always said that I was never going to get into corporate because like I had this big old dream about like by the time I graduate from college, I'm gonna already have a successful business and it's going to be making millions of dollars, like I'm gonna be building while I'm in college, and none of that happened. But you know, it's still in the works at the end of the day. But it just didn't go by my plan. It's all about God's plan, and God put me in corporate for a reason because He aligned me with amazing people. And just so many resources for me to apply to my business as well. And that's what I can appreciate.
That's what's up, man. I will tell you, like, that's another thing as far as like the, you know, entrepreneur. I mean, obviously, you know, I had to learn this for myself. Like I always saw the end result, right? And I always believed that I could do whatever I put my mind to. You know what I'm saying? Like I work hard. I'm a naturally hard worker. And I think I talked about this not too long ago, but it's like when you're an entrepreneur, you got to develop so many other skills besides being a hard worker. Because if you're a hard worker, you'll run yourself to death if you don't have any type of processes in place, any people that's trying to help you. And I think, you know, corporate, you know, having a job, like a corporate job is really a cheat code. And the only reason I say that is because if you're not really good at networking, right? You got a business, you want to go out here, but you're not good at networking. If you get into a corporate job and just build relationships with the people around you, you'll see that they doing some stuff that's similar to you. They might have the same mindset as you, and then that's how you build those relationships. As far as like, man, I like what you're doing, I like your mindset, I think we should do this together, you know what I'm saying? And then that's how ideas and things, and then just using your job, you know what I'm saying, like using them for, you know, whatever they can give you, insurance, benefits. You know, you got a bi-weekly check coming in, you invest that into your business versus struggling trying to do it all on your own. So like the cheat code is really, to me, I think the cheat code is a corporate job, only if you can manage it right? You know what I'm saying? Like you got to know what your priorities are. Like I'm just using this to get this. Now, if you go all in on the corporate and you get trapped and you drink that Kool-Aid, it's like, all right, that's on you. So, I mean, I think that's dope that you said that. But what changed your mind from always wanting to be a lawyer? Because this is the reason why I did the podcast, because everybody wants to rap, and I don't have no issues with anybody that want to do this. Rap, doctor, lawyer, a nurse, drug dealing, scamming. I ain't got no problem. You just hustle how you want to hustle. Just know whatever hustle you choose, it got consequences, right? But to see you guys say, look, I wanted to be a lawyer, but I changed. I want people to understand that they can see so many other exposure leads to expansion. If I'm exposing you to this, you can never say like I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So what changed your mind, Brionne, from being a lawyer? Was it just strictly the reading? Was just like I can't all this reading is not it.
Yeah, I would say the reading, but not only that. It was just like I felt like I was saying I wanted to be a lawyer just to sound, to sound good. Because that's what everybody wanted to do. And they like, oh my gosh, a lawyer, that is so
it. That's my baby.
Right?
Yeah.
Just to make everybody proud, but I didn't have a heart for it. Like that wasn't my passion. I wasn't passionate about being a lawyer.
Right.
So I think like once you find out your true calling and who you're called to be and what you're passionate about, then you switch and change lanes.
Gotcha. And then Bria, how did you get into? I mean, I know you wanted to be CIA. You thought you was going to be Ice-T a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like. And it was crazy. I just talked with a girl that was a coroner, and she was telling me all the stories about how she would go to a crime scene, dead bodies rotting, skin peeling off. She had to clean it up. So it's nasty. But what
I saw that.
Going from going to Tuskegee, how did you make up your mind of what you wanted to do? Like get your degree in?
So actually when I started off at Tuskegee, because I could have went to Tuskegee had political science, and I could have went that route to become a detective or a private investigator. But when I ended up going to Tuskegee, my freshman year, I actually picked up psychology.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, I want to learn about psychology and how people think. And I just was so like really undecided. But I'm like, I'm gonna go for psychology. My freshman year, those psychology classes, well, you take like MET, and you don't really get into your core like psychology classes until about your junior or senior year.
Yep.
But they still had me taking like a psychology class, and I absolutely hated it.
Wow.
And I was talking to Brionne, and she was like, well, Bria, I'm about to pick up supply chain management, and my advisor said that it's not many women in supply chain management, and this is a good industry, and she had it just sounding so good. So I'm like, babe, I'm about to come over there with you. Yeah, that sounds good. She was like, you make so much money, and I'm like, oh, that sounds so good. I'm coming over there. So my sophomore year is when I switched my major to supply chain management.
That's a fact. Like so what's really crazy is that I know watching y'all's page, y'all both pledged Delta. I talked to a Delta, like my wife's a Delta, but I interviewed her. Yeah. There's something about them, man. But I interviewed her friend, or her profile really, and she's in supply chain, so she does procurement. And so it's kind of crazy how all y'all just kind of, I ain't gonna say all of y'all, but I'm hearing it a little bit more common now than before. Because like you said, it was a very men-driven, career path. But as a woman, as a Black female coming into this role, you could, if you come in and do your thing, you could be set up, make the money. Right. So was it all about money for y'all when y'all pick y'all degree? Or did y'all feel like did you follow your heart? Because I know some people say, nah, I'm trying to do this because it's a lot of money.
So, in picking my major, I'm not going to, the money was sounding good. But when I actually learned the ins and outs of supply chain management, I wasn't really interested.
Okay.
The role that I'm in now, inbound marketing specialist, it's really not about the money for me. It's about the experience and the knowledge that I'm gaining. So when you're working for a company, like you're not only supposed to, be a benefit to the company, but the company needs to benefit you as well. So they saw you as a good fit when they hired you. So they wouldn't have brought you on if, they didn't think you could bring some kind of value to their company. But you need to make sure that, it's helping you grow both personally and professionally as well. And that's what Oracle is doing for me. We benefit from each other. I have expertise in speaking with top CEOs and VPs at companies, which is an experience I would need when pitching my products to the CEO of Walmart or Target or, any of those stores that I would like my products in. I would also like to do business consulting. And I know I'm like called to be on big stages, speaking at engagements.
Yeah.
And public speaking is not really something that I love to do, but it's something I will have to do if, you know, I'm booked for a speaking engagement. And Oracle offered Toastmasters, which is awesome because it's a public speaking like class.
Okay.
And yeah, that just goes for my business as well. It's like the experience and the knowledge for me. And it's not really about the money. For my business, it's about the impact. I'm not sure if you did your research, but our slogan for our cosmetics line is beauty is power, beauty is you times two. And when people think about that, they think, oh, because they're twins, that's what the times two comes from. But the real message behind it is being beautiful both inside and out. Yes, our products are going to enhance your beauty on the outside, but how does your heart look? Are you a good person? How do you treat others? So it's really about, you know, the experience and the knowledge I'm gaining for me, and also the impact.
Man, that's dope.
That's making on people.
What y'all say?
Yes.
Period.
Yes,
Period.
that was great. And I would just like to add to what Bria said about it's not all about the money. I think it's all about purpose and being everything that God has called you to be as well. Because when you're walking in your calling, everything else falls into place. The money will come, the success will come, the clientele will come, the publicity will come. Like everything will come, everything you ever dreamed of will come when you're walking in purpose. Because if you chase money and be miserable, it's just so many people, so many rich people I know who commit suicide and like just, you know, are unhappy. You have the money, but it doesn't bring you joy and happiness. And I know people who will sell their soul, like they'll sell their souls for $1. And I just want to go where the joy and peace is. And I know that the money will follow.
Yeah, that's true, man. I kind of dealt with that, you know, just because when you want something really bad, like you are willing to kind of try in everything. You know what I'm saying? Like I've done so much. I tried to, you know, network marketing. I tried, you know, just different things, just to, you know, try to see if it was me. You know what I'm saying? Trying to see if it was my lane, if I can make it pop. But what I found out is that as I'm trying to chase $1, I was missing. You know, I wasn't taking time to really see my journey, you know what I'm saying? Like, to see how far I came, or, you know, really think about, okay, I went through this, you know, I did all commission, you know, coming out of high school, no salary, no nothing. I made it happen. It was tough. It was a hard job, but I think that job built me to have tough skin. So when I'm reaching out to people, say, hey, you know, I sat down with your friend, do you mind coming on Big Boss Talk to do an interview? Somebody says no. Okay, cool, no big deal, on to the next. Because that's how you gotta be. You gotta brush it up, because it's really no hard feelings. It's just maybe they don't want to be in front of a limelight. They may not know what questions I'm gonna ask. They just might feel uncomfortable, and I'm okay with that. But I learned the skill of, you gotta, the more shots you put up, the more you can make. And so that's kind of what I learned along my journey. Definitely had my pitfalls and things of that nature. So it's great to hear you guys talk about that. I do want to ask a difficult question, because I see this a lot on Instagram. We talk about doing what makes you happy, following in your purpose. What if I don't know? What if I don't know my purpose? What if I don't know what I'm passionate about, but I still got real life responsibilities right here? You see what I'm saying? Like, what advice do you give that person? Because some people make excuses like, oh, you had it easy, you had support, like, or you had this situation, or, you know, you didn't do this, you know, all the excuses you can make. But what advice can you give people to say, how do they find their passion? How do they keep going when everything is looking right?
That is so good. So I would say just never be afraid to tap into your vulnerable places. Also, don't let social media rush you. Like, don't get so caught up in comparing yourself to the people around you when you feel like you should be way further in life. Because I've discovered, you know, the main reason God doesn't promote you prematurely or give you exactly what you are called to be so soon is to really protect you. It's not to like withhold you from your blessings. If the gift of God is on you is like greater than your character within you, it will actually destroy you to bless you, you know, so soon. So the preparation process is necessary to purify our motives and desires. So God hasn't forgotten about you. He's preparing and building your character for the things he has been prepared preparing for you.
Right.
Don't try to bypass or rush the process. Who you're becoming is worth it. Like the sprint you're developing and the things you are enduring is crucial for the assignment. So don't forget, God is for you and with you. So just continue to stay positive and trust him, and everything will eventually work out for you.
That was so good, bro.
Yeah, I think you said it the best. Like I couldn't say it any better. I think you gotta endure. Like you gotta go through that test. You know what I'm saying? Like what's the joy of having all this money if you ain't been tried? You ain't going through some tribulations. Like when I hit the mill, I want to cry. Like I want to cry so bad.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That like I was at whatever I was at $0, and now I was able to go from 0 to $1 million. Like that right there, I get emotional goosebumps because I know like I'm gonna hit $1 million one day, sooner or later. You know what I'm saying? And I can't rush it. I gotta enjoy the process. I gotta enjoy talking to people like y'all.
Because if God bless you too soon with that, like
you can fumble it.
They fumble your blessing. Yeah, you gonna fumble it because you haven't built the character and went through enough for you to know how to cherish your blessing. Like
yes, I always say like I'm in a character building season. If I feel like, things not going right or something is happening, like I don't say, oh, I'm struggling, this is so negative or this is just so horrible. No, I say I'm in a character building season because I know in this current season it's teaching me something to where when I get to my next season, I'll have the correct character and be already built up for what's to come in my next season. And I can apply those things to my next season. So even when you just going through a tough time, you always keep a positive attitude. And stay confident that you can do a job and you can do it well, whether you're passionate about it or not. Like have that unwavering faith within yourself that whatever you do, you can do it well. Don't compare yourself to nobody else. Like Bria said, don't let social media rush your timeline. Like you're here and you're chosen for a reason. So don't get discouraged in your challenges. Like if any challenges come your way, you just keep going because when your success comes, it's going to come in abundance. So you just always have to have that strong work ethic, be coachable, be an active listener, and just continue to, be a go-getter and you'll see the success. Like you'll be where God has called you to be. And that's what I want to say.
Yeah, and also that was really good, Brionne. And also I'm going to talk about like not putting your all into someone else's dream. So when you're working for another company, you're building someone else's dream, basically. And as I stated before, when you're hired at a company, you have to make sure that company is benefiting you as well. And you're not only helping the company expand and grow, but it's making sure that the company is bringing some kind of value to you and helping you grow both personally and professionally as well. So don't put all your eggs in one basket and just forget about your goals and dreams once you start working for this company and helping them expand and grow. And you didn't put your dreams on the back burner and years and passed by and you're like, dang, I ain't even finished. I've been at this company that made all this money, they $1 billion company, and don't put your all into someone else's dream.
That's a fact because you definitely making them more money than they paying you. So make sure you know that. And so like I said, y'all dropping gems. I hope, like I said, anybody listening, watching, take notes, man. Jot this stuff down because you do have to remind yourself. Because when you in those trying times, it's okay to feel the emotion. Like I don't never want nobody to say like I don't want to feel like that because you gon' feel it. Like Nipsey say, man, I went through every single emotion trying to make this happen. But the biggest difference was I never quit. As long as you don't quit, you can always say that you're moving forward because whether it's a centimeter, whether it's a foot long, progression is key. And so I think y'all hit on that very well. And I really enjoyed the information. And also, disclaimer for the people that that don't feel like everybody can't be an entrepreneur. You are exactly right. Everybody cannot be an entrepreneur. But I think what you need to get out of this is don't give a company everything you got. You don't have to be an entrepreneur to use a company. You can have a hobby. You can have vices. Maybe you like working on cars. That's no entrepreneurship, but you using that business to funnel your dreams or your passion. You don't necessarily start a business. So I always disclaimer, just let people know, like, look, people like us, we chose to be like this. People like us is the reason why we think like this is a reason. Not everybody was given the mindset to really think how we think or be able to go through the BS sometimes, how we go through it and just be able to overcome it. But
Right.
I want to go into, go ahead.
I was about to say, I also wanted to touch on something that you said earlier about networking. I think everyone, whether you're working in a corporate job or entrepreneurship, like you have to become an expert in networking because it is super important part of your career success, like building strong relationships, just building a strong network of people. It's just beneficial. It helps you with promotion. It helps you with the visibility. It helps you just learn more. So, you know, the saying, what's the saying when they say it's not what you know, but it's who you know. Like that is so true because in certain situations, your knowledge and skills are less useful than your network of people.
Yeah.
So I heard you touch on networking early, and I'm just like, he's so on point with that. But we got into something like something else, but like that is so important because I stress that to all of my mentees, anybody that gets hired, anybody who asks me for any advice, I say network, because it's so important. Like you have to build a solid tribe to get you to where you want to be next.
That's dope. Yeah. That's dope. Okay, so now moving the conversation forward, we want to talk about what y'all do on a day-to-day basis. You see what I'm saying? Like we talked about supply chain management, but I want to know, what does your day look like? You know, what are some of the things you like, dislike? Because I'm all about transparency. You gotta tell people what you don't like, because if they like, I hate that, do not try to chase that career, because you're gonna chase something and you're gonna waste 4 years and be like, oh man, and you knew from the beginning that this was gonna come with it and you didn't like it. So tell me what y'all do on a day-to-day basis within your job, and then just what do you enjoy the most, and what is something that you don't like, or that's something that's challenging for you on your job. So we'll start with Bria.
Okay, so my job as a digital marketing specialist, I either go by inbound marketing specialist or a digital marketing specialist. But basically, my job is to equip and enable our North American sales organization, help them to maximize conversion, progression, and overall success for our marketing qualified leads. So basically, I accomplish this through continuous enablement training and establishing feedback loops between sales and marketing to ensure like proper lead delivery and follow-up. I also work closely with marketing campaign managers to help the success of their campaigns, from content creation to email strategy. I basically help maximize the conversion of MQL. So my team's core functions are like marketing campaign setup, lead dispatch, inbound phone chat plus Conversica, and North American enablement training. Some things that I love is basically creating the content and email strategy, because that is something I also do in my business. Like, and that's what I'm saying. It's a win-win for me because I cover the marketing in Twinstetter Cosmetics and Twinstetter Prolux. So that's something that I love doing. Something that's challenging for me, I would say, is sometimes time management, because it gets away from me. Like my day gets away from me if I do not set up a calendar and write down my goals and what I want to accomplish. And because I already have so much going on, like I'm a part-time MBA student, I also have 2 businesses, and then I work a full-time job. Like time management
is key.
Yes, like your day will literally get away from you,
and
you'll be like, what happened?
And you'll be stressed.
Yes, so that's basically something that's challenging about my job.
And I want to ask one question, one follow-up. When you talk about marketing, you know, the strategies, what makes somebody good at marketing? You know what I'm saying? Like for a kid that's watching, like, you know, I can do this, I'm good at this. Like what makes you good at marketing?
That's a good question. So I just say being creative.
Okay.
Having a creative mind, thinking outside the box. You know, content creation, you want to set yourself apart when you're creating content. So just being creative, I would say.
What's one of your ways you set yourself apart?
Being creative. Like I really have some out the box ideas.
Yeah. Okay.
When it comes to marketing. So yeah.
Okay. That's what's up. And then Brionne?
Yeah, so my typical day to day looks like, so I'm an engineer systems account executive. So really, I have a BDC, a business development consultant who works for me, who opens the lines of communication for me with me and these companies. So she's finding out what they're using for their infrastructure solutions, how we can help. What are they using our competitors? Are they using already Oracle systems? If they are, how is that working for them? Can we check under the hood and see, like, is there any inefficiencies, and just make sure that their business is up and running when it comes to the infrastructure and hardware. I also have a technical counterpart who is my engineer, who is the person who dives in deeper on the technical side of things once we get to that cycle of the deal. So my job is for my BDC to bring this deal to me, and I move the deal from pipe to close with my engineer, and that's when the money come in.
You gotta be the closer.
Yes. I'm a closer.
What make you a closer? Because I know me, I'm in sales, and I know I like just kind of similar to you guys. I talk to a lot of CEOs, CFOs, COOs, and for me, the biggest thing when I first started this job, I had started to grow my dreads during the pandemic, and I was like so nervous. I was like down on myself. I'm like, man, these guys might not take me serious now, because I always had a cut. They always tell you, make sure you got a shaved cut, no earrings, which I ain't got my earrings right now, but I was just so nervous. But when I go in there and I give them that energy and I let them know, like, this is what's going to be valuable for your business, and you don't want to do no business but with me, because if you do, you're going to get scammed. They might not give you the best deal, the best value. I'm with it. So close me. You know what I'm saying? Give me that. This is what we talking about.
Yeah, I think it's all about uncovering the need and the pain point of the client and what they are looking for. Making sure that you know that they have budget, making sure you're in touch with the authority, making sure they actually have a need, and also understanding their timeline. And when you have all of that, I feel like everything falls into place. But my thing is, we're problem solvers. So we always want to make sure that we are solving the client's problem. Like, I don't sell just to sell. I sell to make sure that I'm accomplishing and I'm solving whatever this person is facing, like whatever keeps them up at night. I am the one to solve the problem, and that's really what it's all about. So once I have their budget, once I have their authority, once I've uncovered every pain, everything that's keeping them up at night, every challenge, what's working for them, what's not, and I have that timeline of, we want this to be implemented by August, September, I'm good because they have that budget, they have that need. I can solve your problem. So what are we waiting for?
Let's do it. We own them. Let's make the deal happen right now.
Yes, and also just being a people person, like, be yourself, be your authentic self. And that's what I come to the table as, because at the end of the day, people buy from people that they like. People, they're not going to buy from you if you all timid and scared and all that. I show my personality. I'm a great salesperson because what you about to say?
Oh, I was about to say, or like, if you putting on a facade, like, people could tell when you fake.
Yeah, people could tell when you're being fake. Like, and that's not me at all. I show my personality. I'm very compassionate. I'm empathetic. Like, I show my clients that I'm really here for them. And if you have a need, I am here to solve your problem. And that's really that's how I get the closing.
Talk that talk.
I get the closing table and get that money. When you say my favorite thing about the job, I would definitely say my favorite thing is training and mentoring the new hires to be the next rock stars in tech sales. Like, I'm definitely always making sure my BDC, she's good, because I was a BDC before I became a account executive. So I know the ins and outs. I can speak from experience on what I've learned and teach her, like, if you can avoid this failure, this is where you can, stop this mistake from happening to be more successful. And not only that, I just feel like Bria said, we applying our job, making sure our job is beneficial to us, as well as like the things that we can apply to our businesses and entrepreneurship. So just knowing I'm the boss with my business, that's my favorite thing. I solve the problems. I make differences in the process. And as an entrepreneur, I just create opportunities, my own opportunities and my own destiny. And that's what I love about it. So yeah, they kind of go hand in hand.
That's dope, man. If one thing sales is gonna do is teach you time management. It's gonna teach
Yes.
you. It's gonna teach you that, and then you
And being adaptive to change.
right customer service as well too. Because I know when you closing deals, you got to make sure that you following up to keep the relationship going. Because you never know what the other issue could come up, and they're gonna be like, oh well, Brionne hooked us up last time, and she check in with us. Let me go back to my girl real quick. Listen, this is what we need.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So you get more business.
Exactly.
By being
building lasting relationships. Yep.
Right. And that's how y'all, I'm pretty sure, nice segue over to you guys' entrepreneurship, roles and business owners. Talk to me. Okay, what I don't even know how to break this down because y'all do so much. I want to know about first, how did y'all start the clothing, the suits? How did that come about? Like, where did the idea come from? Because the suits are crazy. Like, I ain't never seen like business suits, designed by us, you know what I'm saying, that fit us, make us look good. And when I say us, I'm talking about, women. Like,
yes, we understand. And that's one of the reasons why we actually started to instead of products, because we was actually getting ready for a photo shoot and we was looking for like dress clothes. And when I tell you, we went into the malls everywhere and we could not find no dressy clothes for us. Like, it was just so bad. I'm like, we have to create a solution for this problem. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, and that's why we created Twin Set Up Products. We launched it this past November. And, this is a professional attire line designed for today's modern women. So our goal is to launch the latest fashionable classiest business looks every season. So in November, we launched our winter collection, which contained 5 looks, and we are currently working on our summer collection, which we are launching on June 1st. But that's basically why we started Twin Set Up Products, because it was no business clothes in stores for modern women up to date. Like,
it's not the blouse, pencil skirts. That's played out. The flats. You know what I'm saying?
It was even none of that. We couldn't find not a blouse, not a button down. That's what really surprised me. Like, no
button downs. It was button downs for me. I'm like, bro, we gotta find out. We gotta get out. But yeah, that's definitely what motivated us.
And I will tell people, when you look on the website, it's luxury. Like, I don't want y'all to get confused. Like, this is not, I think this is a luxury brand. And I think you guys have something that is, sharp, on point. When you want to go, like, if you want to be a boss, because we on Big Boss Talk, but you want to look like one, you need to get that green suit, that power player right there, that power, the green. I like the red too. Red my favorite color, but that green set it off. So I'm like,
that's our cash flow suit.
Yeah, okay.
That's our cash flow suit. So when you in that suit, you gotta know that money gonna flow.
Yeah, gotta know. Standing on business. So, what was that process? How hard was the process of starting that? Like, how long did it take y'all to launch? Past November. How much thought process went into it? How did y'all find the vendors? Like, I love to, get that information because, I think y'all are in no competition with anybody. You know what I'm saying? You can copy, but you can't paste the same. So for me, I got a lot of, it's a lot of young kids that I know, they want to be designers. They want to do clothing, which I think is so dope. But you can't come out with the, the weak Fruit of the Loom shirt with a, slap on the print. You know what I'm saying? Because as soon as I wash it once, it's gone. It's gonna shrink. So, what was the process like for y'all? I'll ask Brionne, like, how was that process to get the idea and get the product out?
Yeah, for sure. I think that it's important to always be a student to your industry and what you're selling, what you want to sell. I would say, like, you have to do your research. Like, that's just period. Google is going to be your best friend. Like, always do your research, not only on the products you want to sell, but on your competitors. And that's not the case to copy off them, but to simply position yourself better to your audience and people you are called to serve. So, like, at the end of the day, I would just say that when you're researching, and I mean, literally, once the idea came up for us, we start Googling. We first off, we came up with a name. We already twin setter. So what we could name this, not twin setter boutique. Like we came up with so many things. And then once we was like twin setter Prolux, like it came to us. We like, that's it, because it's professional luxury, Prolux. Like that's perfect. Like you're gonna find a name, you're gonna do your research, you're gonna find quality vendors. So before we even launch, we're gonna make sure we try our own stuff on. Like, does this fit in this area? Or you gonna we went through some vendors, like we got some clothing where we was just like, oh no, we're not gonna do this. Oh no, this is not it for us. Like the quality, we want to make sure we're putting out quality products. So not only can our people buy from us once, but they come back. Like they loyal to us because they know what we give them is going to be quality and is going to stay up to par, and you're going to look good and feel good when you're wearing it. So I would say definitely be a student to your industry. That's with beauty, that's with clothing, that's with sales. Like even with sales, I'm researching. Like I feel like my job put a lot of tools and training in place for us to be successful and hit the ground running once we got into our role. But at the end of the day, you have to always stay up on the latest news of your industry, what your competitors are doing. What else can I learn to be better than I was yesterday? And that's really how we got started.
Come on, man.
Doing our research.
I like it. And,
because the starting process of becoming your own boss is first writing a vision. And that's what we did. Like the Bible says, write the vision, make it plain. Like you have to write the vision and figure out what product you want to sell or service you will offer. And you just have to know what you're passionate about. Me and Brionne always been passionate about beauty and fashion. So many people been telling us for years to start a boutique, but we wanted something that a problem that we saw in the industry and see how we can help, basically.
Got it. And so for another tidbit, question, you started this business, right? It always takes money to put something up. It always takes money to start a business. What would you say a general amount that someone, if they want to start a real clothing brand, quality, because as you talked about, it's trial and error. They're gonna send you stuff back. I'm pretty sure this stuff is manufactured in China somewhere, so it's gonna take some time to get over. You're gonna try it on. I don't like it. Order, talk with the designer. Let's try this material X, Y, Z. That takes a lot of time, and I'm pretty sure it takes money to kind of back your dreams. What's a general number? I'm not asking for y'all, but just what's a safe number that someone should have saved up if they want to jump into the clothing arena?
I would say me and Bria together, we probably started off like we had the money for it, so we put all of our personal funds into it. And I would suggest that if you have the opportunity to, like, we did it because we had it, but at the end of the day, like, it's so much business funding out here, that they will give you, if you have the vision, like Bria said, you write the vision, you're able to articulate the vision and tell them how you can be a need to society, how can you solve a problem in society or whatever with your business, they are willing to fund your business. So I would say that we probably started about 500 to 1,000, but it's really people, just to start off with, but it's really people out there who will have, like, I know so many people who started their business with a refund check from college, their what is the pandemic check?
PPP?
Not PPP, the other one.
Shoot.
The one that the government gave.
Dang. Yo,
the $1,200.
Stimulus?
What's that?
Stimulus.
I know people who started successful multi-million-dollar businesses with their stimulus check, which was only $1,200. Like, I just feel like at the end of the day is how much inventory. Like, it was a lot of trial and error. Like, me and Bria, I wish we didn't buy as many suits as we bought, because, like, we didn't really know what sizes we're really going to be selling. Now that we know and we're knowledgeable about what sells and what doesn't, now we know how much we're going to put into our business to, make a huge, bigger profit next time we continue to order more inventory and stuff like that. So I would would say we started off 500 to 1,000. People start off with 1,200. Like, but if you don't have it, like I said, there's business funding, there's grants, there's angel investors. They have people around you that's going, like, you tell them your vision, they willing to, you know, put in the money for it. But
yeah, your family, friends.
Yeah. Yeah, the personal investment, like I feel like me and Bria would be millionaires by now if we wasn't spending so much of our money on business stuff and all of that. But we know all of that is going to come back to us. Like everybody's story is different, everybody's path is different, and our story is going to be, yes, we put all of our business, our personal funds into our business, and now we're billionaires.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now y'all are in a billion. I don't know. I think it might be. Yeah, it's definitely $1 billion industry as far as like cosmetics. You know, how did that come about? You know what I'm saying, with the brand.
So we grew up in a beauty industry. Like our mom and our grandmother are cosmetologists.
Mm-hmm.
Our grandmother been a cosmetologist about 50 years. My mama, she been in the industry for about 30 years, and my mama actually had a cosmetic line.
Okay.
So she basically just passed down a blueprint for us. We grew up around it, so that's where our passion grew for. Like we always was wearing lip gloss. In high school, we was known for wearing the eyeshadow, and you know that's where our passion grew from, and we was around it all our life. So, yeah, that's why our passion for cosmetics grew.
That's what's up. Do y'all ever get tired at all? Like I know y'all do so much. That's a dumb question, but what do y'all? I mean, when you get tired, what do y'all do to get back motivated? You know, or what are you doing for time off? How do you know what leisure? You know, you gotta take time for yourself now. So what y'all do?
Well, as you know, we travel a lot.
Yeah, y'all do travel. That's true.
Yeah.
Right there.
No, you could go. I was just going to say. Oh, go.
Go ahead, if Brionne want to go.
Oh, I was just going to say, like, it's very important. I feel like with me, I like to start my day off with positivity. Like, I say my prayer, I do my meditation, I listen to my worship music. I, just command my day and what I want to see. So when it comes to burnout and stuff like that, I make sure that I'm not over like working myself. I work my corporate job, and a lot of time, like, it's so important to compartmentalize. Yeah. So where you're not mixing all of this stuff up together, like you accomplish those tasks at the allotted time, like whether it's with school, whether it's with work, whether it's with home duties, like you accomplish that stuff, like compartmentalize and make sure you're sectioning this stuff off, like you're not doing and mixing everything up. When I'm at work, I'm totally thinking about work. When I'm when I'm in school, I'm totally thinking about school. And that's really how I try to keep myself sane. And like I said, I start my day off with positivity. Like, because if you start your day off with negativity and you thinking like, oh my gosh, I got so much to do, and like you starting your day off with negative words already. So now you already in a mood of, oh, this not about to work out because I just got so much to do. Like, no, you make a list, you find out prioritize that list, what's more important, and then from there, if you can't finish it, you just didn't finish it. Start back over tomorrow, but always start your day off with that positivity, with a prayer, and then from there, just keep doing it. And I, like Bria said, we travel, we take our breaks. Like, we don't just overwork ourselves. When I feel like I'm getting too into something and I don't feel like doing something, I step back and I'm going to ask God to, show me what I need to do right now, right here, right now.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get 6 to 8 hours of sleep. I don't care where I gotta sleep at. Like, if I do not get 6 to 8 hours of sleep, I will literally probably be drunk, or like I'm really gonna get my sleep. So I don't just overwork myself to where I don't get sleep. Like,
I take my midday naps too.
Yeah, so I break down my tasks. That's what makes it more manageable and keeps me organized, and it helps me to be more productive and efficient.
That's what's up.
So I can make sure I get 6 to 8 hours of sleep.
See, I'm learning from y'all, because I can't get a middle of the day nap to save my life. Like, waking up at 5, like I tell you, I'm up all day. So by 8, 9, I'm like done. And then if I do that 2 days back to back, that third day I'm crashing out. Like, don't call me for work. I might call in because I'm just done. So I need to work on getting that midday break. That's key. It's the break. So I need to get that break.
Oh my gosh. And I'm actually missing class now. I'm 13 minutes late to class. I just realized that.
Okay.
And I was supposed to stay that long, but you could just wrap up with whatever you got, sure. And then we could go. Okay.
For sure. I'll wrap it up. I apologize. Listen, it was
no problem.
It's a great conversation. I really enjoyed speaking to you both. I wish nothing but success, blessings on your journey. You know, you'll have a fan watching from afar because, you know, I love to see, you know, Black people, women doing really great things. To all the guys out there, make sure you step your A game up because they are not playing. So thank you guys so much. I hope you had a great time. Did y'all enjoy it?
Yes,
we loved it.
Okay, cool.
It was amazing.
Cool. Thank y'all. I'm gonna let y'all go. I know you gotta get to class. If y'all don't mind, just send me a recommendation of who I can sit down with next. That's how we keep it going.
Okay, we could send you a recommendation right now. So you already interviewed Brionne, right? Because she the one who recommended us, and we love us some Brionne. That's yes, we love us some Brionne. Yeah. But I would say my line sister Lamander Ballard. Okay. She has an amazing nonprofit organization called Flow Code, and it basically helps supply underprivileged and underserved communities with menstrual products. So it's a really great organization. I love what she's doing. And I got two. I would also recommend Osei Anaya. She's an entrepreneur and author, and she recently quit her 9-to-5 at Dell to pursue entrepreneurship full time. Okay. So she has a super dope story. I think you should reach out to both of them. I'll send you their names, and that's it.
Dope. Send me their Instagram, phone number, however they like to be contacted. But I thank you guys so much. I'm gonna get this out to y'all.
Thank you.
Be on the lookout Saturday, all right?
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much.
All right,
bye.
Bye.